What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Don't get me going. I'm all over the place. This is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Foster. This is Real Talk with Alyson Williams. She'll be with us shortly, of course. Um, I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. I had a great weekend. Beautiful people brunch party was a smash success, like always. It's beautiful. I'm blessed that I can do that with my boys, a sort of flavor, and we bring you the quality of adult adventures, venues, and it's the first and the third of every month. Uh, I think. Let me just give you a rundown. The first of the month is Assemblyman Al Taylor. The second of the month is Dr. Marilyn Quarter. The second Monday of the month. The third Monday of the month is Alyson Williams, which you're here, and the fourth Monday of the month will be Malika and I. So how about that? We'll definitely be doing that. And every Wednesday, as Stefania always says, the Cop Crew, which is I think is a affectionate name that we deem. But people are always welcome to join. Shout out to all of you that are watching and chiming in. Like I said, in the summertime, we could give you a good hour. But in what we're going to do in August, we're going to take the month off. We're going to take the month off in August, so my people could get some rest, because I know they tired, and I talk them to death, and we talk to each other to death. So I figured people take off for the summer. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a good chance to relax and R&R and stuff like that, which is a good thing. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, matter of fact. In the news, New York, we have our first Hispanic Latino police commissioner. We will definitely talk about this Wednesday. I am so happy for that man. He is a personal friend of mine. When he was a newly appointed sergeant, I drove him. So we used to drive him. He is a quality dude. I've worked with his whole family, probably except one brother, maybe, but I know his brother. So we've interacted in law enforcement. A good dude. We will talk about the trials and the tribulations that he will be experiencing as the new PC, especially a man of color, a stand-up guy, a good dude. How are you? You were missed Saturday. It's smashing success, like we all do. July, rain, everything. Like, storms. Say it. Good. Yeah. Yeah, like it was just off the chain. Oh wow. Excuse me, everybody. I'll let the sponsor speak for themselves. Um, a lot of people was at the D Nice Carnegie Hall thing this Friday. Malika and I, we will be at Radio City. Don't get me lying. Radio City, doing the Past the Mic with DJ Cassidy. So we'll be hanging out and having fun with that. Otherwise than that, how are you all doing? Things are still happening. Politics, crime, young people getting killed and stuff like that. And without further ado, we have Miss Alyson Williams coming in. I didn't get a chance to tag a lot of people, but there she is.
Hi, sweetie.
How are you? How
Where'd you
you
go? There
feeling?
you are.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm at a secret, undisclosed location. It's a
That's what's
place
up.
called Top Sail. And like people who live in New Orleans, they always say Norleans. That's how they know if you know. So this is not Top Sail, but Topsail. It
Oh,
is the shore of in here in North Carolina. People might know Wilmington.
I guess we lost her in talk sale. You know, I'm sure she'll be back in a minute. T, I know what you mean about trying to stay cool. It's hotter than chicken grease out this joint. It's hot. It's hot as hell. Let me tell you something. And at the Beautiful People brunch party, like, for those that don't know, we have the awesome setup outside. And people weren't trying to be outside. It was hot. Everybody was inside. When the sun came down, we got back in. And shout out to all the cancers. Shout out to my sister Greer. She just had an awesome birthday. And shout out to everybody that's having birthdays and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl. The quality, the air quality. Let me bring Alyson back in. So Alyson, yeah, you got excited. You was telling us where you were. And
I was telling you, I was trying to show you my bubbles. I'm doing bubbles today. If you can see them. But anyway, if you can't, I've got so many things to share with you. I'm down here at the beach celebrating a friend who turned 75. And it's so funny when we think about our friends, you all have friends that are 5, 10, 15 years older than you. But then when you say 75, you're like, damn, how old am I? You know what I'm saying? Because we've come to that place. And he's looking good, feeling good. And we are what? Celebrating.
Well, that's
I've got sparklers, I've got light ones, but the one thing that I must bring to you, darling, I was on the beach, but my phone started going dead. I got my candles lit up over here, just a little, that. But this is what I wanted to bring. This is my plus one, y'all.
Everybody, let's give
let's say hi to Emmy.
To Emmy winning Alyson Williams now, right? That's what we got.
The way it goes, the Emmy award winning vocalist Alyson Williams. That's what the official thing is.
That's the
official spiel. And here's the official trophy. And she's on the road for just a couple of days, because you got to show your friends, let them feel it, know it. And
let them touch it. Exactly.
Thank you to everybody who chimed in on my Instagram, chimed in on my Facebook, and wished me well and wished me, good wishes. It is a really surreal experience to wake up one day doing one thing and wake up the next day with an Emmy. Yeah. And so we shall see as time goes on how this will, up the ante for the Alyson Williams brand. But I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Allie, let's talk about that. Mm-hmm. Let the people know, how'd you get the Emmy? Like, for what?
I worked on a project called Legends United for St. Jude. And everybody's familiar with St. Jude Hospital. There's for all our old school folks out there, it was a group called the Daz Band. Had great songs like Daz, Disco Jam, and also So Let It Whip. So Let It Whip. Y'all remember. So the lead singer for that group was a man named Skip Martin. And I met Skip when I was living in Vegas for a brief time. And he still, does what he does. And he's a member of the original lead vocal for the Daz Band. He felt that in the midst of COVID, and I'm talking about high COVID, I'm talking about can't go outside, stay inside, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't go in your house without rubber gloves. In the height of COVID, he said, as an artist, we were all suffering, income wise and just, with our own psyche, how to get through this. He said, we need some music to go out into the world that will give us some hope, some love, some peace. Very We Are the World. And he said, I'm going to take a song. It's a classic by Curtis Mayfield. People get ready. There's a change coming. And he said, I want to do something with that. So he made it a wonderful musical arrangement. And then he started calling his friends. And Quincy Jones once told me, he said, you are who you can call. So he got some rock and roll guys and some country guys. He got some gospel guys. He got John P. Key. He got CeCe Peniston. He got Tony Cherry. He got the group As Yet. He got the singer Darkest. He got me. He got Stevie Wonder. He got Dougie Fresh. And we all did a contribution where we could, because we had to sneak around to figure out where's the studio, or some people are in their homes and some people in their bathrooms, trying to get the acoustics. And we did this song. And then we sent in a video of us singing the song, and they produced it and snipped it up and snapped it down. And they partnered with St. Jude, and they used it as a promotional piece. And as you know, the Emmys celebrate excellence in television and commercial and things of that nature. So we were nominated and we won. And I think the reason we were showed such favor in winning this award is because of the reason that we did it. It wasn't about us. It was about the world. It was about, bringing people together. It was about God. It was about, change and having hope and being able to come together, even in the midst of something as horrific as the pandemic was. And that's when we did it, and that's what we did, and we're all grateful, to all be a part of this beautiful, beautiful project.
Let me ask you a question. Where can people see it or hear the song?
They can go on YouTube and look up Legends United for St. Jude. People Get Ready, and look at the video and hear the song, our arrangement of it, and they can support St. Jude. They can support the record, and just pass it on to anybody, to everybody, because I think it sends a message that is it unites us all. It really does.
Well, like they said, like Fat Joe says, yesterday's price ain't today's price, right, Ali? Once you got that Emmy in your hand, huh? I take that little sip.
We moving it in, and I come to you today, like I said, from Topsail, North Carolina, out here at the beach. We've rented a house. The clouds are perfect. The sunset is pristine. The ocean breeze, the ocean itself. The ocean wore me out today. God's ocean tossed me around like a piece of paper. Yeah, listen, but I feel good because I got my exercise in. Exercise in. Y'all see me coming to you completely all natural. I don't know where I got these lashes from, but they were ocean proof. So I'm good.
The beautiful thing is, people don't know swimming is probably like the best exercise for anybody.
Oh my God! But wait, when you say swim in the ocean, it's a whole nother world.
Well, no, I'm just talking about just playing in that water, because that splish splash is energy too,
Yeah, absolutely. But then you have to understand, different times of the day, sometimes it's calm, then when the tide starts coming back in, you're swimming against a current, against a wave, and you have to, unless you just want to be drawn out, you have to stand up, get down. You got sand everywhere, weighing your bathing suit down. It's amazing. I swam in the early part of the day with my snorkel gear, and I was fine. But then as the day went on, I was almost drowning because I had a snorkel on, because the waves are higher and heavier, and it's getting all up in your nose and your mouth. Oh man, but it was wonderful. I needed it. Got a little color, not a lot, just a little. And if my phone looks like it wants to charge while I'm talking, by the time we leave, we're literally steps away from the ocean. I will walk our listeners and our viewers over and show them a little bit of the ocean, because it's something calming about being in God's water and just under the sky like that. And I don't know what it does for everybody else, but for me, it's the bomb diggity wiggity.
There you go.
So I can't think of nothing better.
Bomb diggity wiggity wiggly. We're celebrating 50 years in hip hop, and for those that don't know, you are instrumental in contributing to that lifestyle. And I think we talked about the fact that you haven't been really out there with certain people. Well, I don't know what people.
Well, you know what? And don't. I mean, I'm not. It's not sour grapes. I'm just saying. There are a lot of people that have had their turn in the world of hip hop, or as we call it, rap, which is what we had before we had the term hip hop. Rap gave birth to hip hop, and there's a lot of people like myself, be they vocalists or even rappers, that haven't, or so far have not had a chance to be a part of what we are seeing now as we celebrate the 50th year anniversary. But my thing is, all I can do is all I can do. So I've been trying to push myself and talk to my fellow rappers and my label mates from Def Jam. They call me the first lady of Def Jam. I wasn't signed to Def Jam as a rapper. I was their first female R&B artist, which is, I had my own lane. But prior to the label being established, was the hook girl for Curtis Blow. And we did incredible records, seminal records that have laid the foundation. AJ Scratch, AJ
Yeah, yeah.
AJ,
There you
and all
go.
those great records that DJ Lovebug Starsky made with "You Gotta Believe" and "Do the Right Thing." Great
Oh, I didn't know
top.
you was a love bug at that time too. Okay, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, do the right thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you gotta believe. That's Alyson Williams, as well as Fat Boys, and Fat Boys are fat, as
Yeah.
well as If I Rule the World. I love all the girls, and we're going to tell the story that
Love 'em, baby.
Lauren
Yeah,
Hill was just 10 years old when that came out. She came
yeah.
back 20 years later and did
Yeah.
it, but I was the original with Curtis Blow, If I Rule the World, and of course they're playing basketball.
That's
We
what's up.
love that basketball. Me and Audrey Willer, we laid all those tracks down, and
Oh, boy, was
and
part of that too. Okay, that's what's up.
say
So
that
let me
again.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Now, I don't know if Curtis is touring like everybody else is, but and I know you guys are still cool. So, like you said, no sour grapes at all. But the thing
Mm-mm.
is, now you know, and we all a lot of times people have to understand. We understand budgets and money and stuff like that. But would there ever be a time when you was like, yo, if he's doing something at a place, could he bring you out if it was feasible, or not even?
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this. The industry is the one that always, that will shine the light. But then when they shine a light a certain way, people think that Def Jam began with LL Cool J and Public Enemy and ended with Jay-Z or something like that. Or that they'll remember Montel Jordan and not remember that there was a R&B arm of Def Jam in place before they showed up. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine. When they tell a story, they don't tend to to come back and find everybody or find the people who laid the bricks. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? The founding members. But what I will say is with Curtis, we've already done that. As a matter of fact, if you think about, okay, COVID was 3 years in its reign, is still happening. But I'm just saying what we know. COVID held us down for 3 or 4 years in one place, and I can remember a couple of years before that, maybe 2016. I'm trying to think. Curtis was doing some things, and he's always reached back and come and got me. And he did this. We did this big thing. He was touring. He has his hip hop Nutcracker every year, and he does many different things for the community and beyond. And he had me come out. We did something at the NADA, what do you call it? New Jersey Pack out there in Newark. And he had a big thing, and he had his sons, and he had, a lot of other artists, and we came out, and all the folks that are involved with the hip hop museum, Rocky Buchanan, and all those. And so, yes, he does have me come out. I do come out. I want to come out and spread this word about what rap and hip hop, how it not only changed the music game, but it created a culture.
Because the
You know
bottom
what I'm
line
saying?
is, you mentioned like I think about 3 of his songs that you're on. So I mean, it would just be nice to do that.
No, he did. But even all of the songs that I mentioned are songs that he produced. Because in
Oh,
the rap world, he was the king of rap. He was the producer. And as people might not realize, but people, it comes in what's the word?
what waves?
It's so many. It comes in waves, but it comes in different generations. We had producers. M2May, was a great producer of R&B records, and then you had all of a sudden Babyface showed up, and then this one shows up. So when it came to rap, here came. And Kashif and people like that. Here came Curtis, and he became the one that not only was making his own records, but reaching back and getting other people like the Fat Boys, like Lovebug Starsky, like AJ Scratch. He was doing these records with other artists, and then we were putting down the choruses, and the choruses had music, and the choruses had melody, and the choruses had vocals, and I'm that vocal for that generation. And so yes, the answer to what Curtis is doing, and even beyond that, is this incredible organization. I want everybody to please go and look them up.
What happened?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
No. I thought I froze.
Oh no.
Okay, here we go. I want you to go to the hip hop. Oh God, I am having a moment now that you said that. I'll have it by the end of the
let me give us a public service announcement. Everybody, this is Alyson
Okay, go
Williams.
and do it.
We'll talk with Alyson Williams and Bill Foster, Real Talk Chronicles, and we're talking to the NAMI award-winning Alyson Williams. She
the Emmy award winning.
Oh, okay, the Emmy award winning. Excuse me. And we're just talking about 50 years in hip hop because for those that don't know, Alyson was instrumental. She sang the hooks on a lot of Curtis Blow songs, Fat Boys and stuff like that. I'm not going to ask her to go back to singing them songs again. She doesn't have to because she's on vacay. But the thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. This is really important. Russell Simmons is calling me.
Oh, put him on. I'm
going to take him.
All right, take it. Yeah, everybody. That's Alyson Williams. Russell Simmons is calling her right now. So let's see what happens. Let's see. And you know, maybe one day we'll get Alyson to bring on Curtis Blow or some of her celebrity friends, and we could talk about things that they've done and what they're doing and stuff like that, because that's important, you know, so people can still have a platform and hear artists that we've spoken to or we've listened to for so long that we still want to listen to now. Because the bottom line is, everybody knows I'm an old head. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like 50 said, I'm doing old school. You know, I can still get with it. I ain't, you know, I'm not. No, I'm good. But I can rock. You know what I'm saying? But I still, you know, we want to sing along, and that's what's important about music. Like I said, Wednesday, I'll definitely be talking about New York City getting their first Hispanic PC, my man, Eddie Caban, affectionately known as Eddie Caban, Mr. Edward Caban to those that don't know him. We also, the young sister, she came back missing after a few days. Mass shooter in Atlanta. He got in a gunfight. Them boys weren't having out there in ATL. Also, the escaped convict in Pennsylvania. He's capped. I mean, not Pennsylvania, but it's out of Pittsburgh. He was caught. The floods are crazy. They lost like multiple people from the tornadoes and stuff like that. You know. What's up, Sharon? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny that she's telling us right now. Right now, she's on the phone with Russell Simmons, Mr. Def Jam himself. We just talked him up. But when she comes back, hopefully she'll have some just phenomenal news just to say Russell said hi and stuff like that. But, you know, you don't know if they talking money, especially with 50 years in hip hop. And we were just talking about that, saying that Alyson, and, you know, of course, she's still cool with Curtis Blow. Will she come out and do, you know, perform some places and do hooks and stuff like that, and do the hooks to these songs? Because I think what's important for people to see that it is Alyson Williams that know her, and she is known as the first lady of Def Jam. So I think it's beautiful to get those accolades, and also too, just listen. If you can get the bag, especially in the music industry, when you can, you get the bag. Are you back, Alyson?
I'm back. Give me 2 more seconds. I'll be right back.
All right. Tell Russell we said what's up. No, let me stop. No. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. So like I said, for the month of August, we're gonna take a vacation. Wifey needs some time. I gotta give her some time. We've been busy, and so the month of August, we're gonna mute. And then let's see what else we got going on. I guess we.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you back? Did you tell Russell we said what's up from Real Talk?
Let's get back to where I'm trying to get some volume. I don't know what's going on with.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you see the thumb? I got the thumb up. I hit you old school. Thumbs up.
No worries. I'm just gonna have to put the phone to my ear. If you can't, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got. Look at me.
Okay, I can't hear it like I was hearing it before. But it's okay. I will tell you that 2 things. It's called the Hip Hop Alliance, and I apologize for spazzing in the middle, but you know, at 60 years old, Sometimes I forget. Please look up the Hip Hop Alliance. Support it. We are in the midst of putting an R&B um, segment, connecting it with the Hip Hop Alliance because of artists like myself and so many others that came in. If there had not been R&B, just like so many forms of music that the African American, us as a people have created, there could not have been hip hop. There could not have been rap. And so, we're honoring. Our artists across the board. And what the Hip Hop Alliance is doing is, reaching out and providing platforms for artists. A lot of times folks were out there just doing their craft, not knowing that they were owed monies and they should have been gotten credit for different things. So the Hip Hop Alliance helps artists to find their way in terms of not only retribution for things that they've done, but new artists that are trying to figure out, how do I get things copywritten? How do I go about this? How do I find a good music attorney, music based attorney, so that they can not only have everything that they need as a tool, but perhaps they will certainly not have to fall into some of the pitfalls that the people that came before them fell into. And now we're trying to, grasp it and get everything back and what have you. But the Hip Hop Alliance is partnering with AFTRA, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, along with SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and they're really, really got a lot of things on the platform. If you're artists, if you're out there, if you have a kid or somebody that's trying to get into this business, you want to go, especially if it's hip hop, because they are really, targeting that so that as we go forward, we can build this thing and build it right. This is something that all artists need. So the Hip Hop Alliance, Curtis is a spearhead on that, and I'm working with him on that as well, especially in trying to bring the R&B, segment into it and what have you. So to answer your question from 15 minutes ago, yes, I am still working with Curtis, and we are doing big things to try to make, to just so that we leave the legacy and we leave it intact. As I was talking, and the universe is really, really an incredible place, and God is in control of it all. Oddly enough, you and I, what the hell?
Everybody, that's Alyson Williams. I'm Bill Foster. It's Real Talk Chronicles with Alyson Williams. She is hilarious tonight. The Emmy award-winning Alyson Williams right now. I think we're gonna have to put that in the profile and stuff like that. First Lady of Def Jam. We are talking about 50 years in hip hop, and just everything is good. Like, everybody stay safe. Sharon, it was good seeing you at the brunch party. Thank you all the time for your support. It's always good to see you and chop it up with old people. Sharon, for those that don't know, Sharon is part of the Real Talk Chronicles family. She used to be in the house when we was having like 70 people, right, Sharon? And we was chopping it up. We was getting it in, getting hot. Then we would go over to Uncle Willie's house, and then we cut up there too. So it's a beautiful thing. What up, Dana? How are you, sis? So everybody here, man, I think I'm just giving you the little public service announcement. We're going to take August off after Malika and I, and then the cop crew, as Stefania so affectionately states, calls us. We're going to take August off and come back after the Labor Day weekend and stuff. Malika needs some quality time. I got to give it to her. Brunch parties and just so many different other events coming up that I'm glad you have fun. Sharon. It's always good to see you. I appreciate your support. You're one of a few that have stayed true to supporting your peoples. You know what I'm saying? So I would be remiss if thinking that I would be the only person that you really support. But the bottom line is you've done it from the real talk aspect. You've done it from the promotional standpoint of Bill. So I'm appreciative of that, and I thank you. And I think humility. A lot of times people don't just give people their recognition. I have a problem with that with a lot of people. So I try to give shout out, especially like my cousin Kendra and whomever is watching right now. I appreciate you all To go through the names of Cheryl's, my cousin, Rochelle's. There's so many of you, Barbara's, and especially T. You know what I'm saying? So thank you all. It's a good energy. It's good feel. Like I said, everybody knows I can throw an event. Trying to share some positivity is a hard thing. Wednesday, we definitely will be talking about New York City getting its first Hispanic mayor. I mean, not, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm getting tired. The first Hispanic police commissioner. We've come a long way. Eddie and I are people. That's my guy. I am so happy for him. Who knew? Working with people, you would get to know the mayor, the mayor and the PC, and you got them in your phone. Watch out. And they reply when I text. Ooh. That's it. Yeah. Yep. You're welcome. Welcome, Sharon. So, the city is still the same. Migrants. We're going to talk about stuff. They came out with a pill right now that can do something. I think it's Kendra, help me figure it out. Something about abortion. But is that to pacify us for help me for what they didn't do in the Clarence Thomas and the crew, so we gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if people are hold on. I don't see you, Allison. Allison is trying to come back. Maybe I have to send her. Let me see. I'm going to have to send her the link. Hold on. Look at that, Allison. You just all over the place with your little self. Oh, what's all this buffoonery? Hold on. Everybody, give me a second. I'm with you and I'm rocking with you. There we go. We should have her back in a few minutes. You can win an Emmy, but you can't keep your battery charged. Wow. Let me stop. I got to mess with her. Hey, sweetie. I see my wifey in the building. She popping in. She out playing with the neighbors, stuff like that. Her and Miles doing what they do, doing Miles shit. Next week, Foster the Moment with Malika and I. That's our Monday episode. There you are, Allison. Hi.
Let me tell you something. I'm relentless with this. I have another phone that I keep because I didn't want to give it back to the phone company. Had too much information on it. So it's my GPS and I call it my bat phone. Anybody else, I'd have been done. I'm at the beach, y'all. Anything could happen. I was charging my other phone. Apparently the charge didn't take. But I want to say this. As I was saying, the universe is a really incredible place. And thank God that God is in charge of it. As we were talking, Bill, about hip hop and the 50th year anniversary and all that, who calls me but Russell Simmons?
Yeah, Mr. Def Jam himself.
And Russell, and I mean, Def Jam is the label that basically laid the foundation for not rap. Rap came. Rap was there. Yes, indeed, it started, but that's where hip hop was born. Do you understand? It is what it is. I was there. I can tell you firsthand. And he's going through a lot of different things. I know people have seen different things about, he and his family, his ex and the kids and the whole bit. So we're just going to keep him prayed up because when money's involved, ugly things happen. I will just give you this.
You know what's so funny? From a standpoint where I rock, I really don't care because it ain't my business. People talk about when you're in the limelight, people gonna talk about you. You know what I'm trying to say? And the beautiful thing is like he namasteing all the time, and I think he's back in the States and wherever he's at. So like that's a good thing. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Well, the sad thing is that people are coming from everywhere just when they see an opportunity. There is a person who will remain nameless, who is trying to now accuse him of going into the studio, and they say that I was the coach for this particular artist, and that I was coaching them and being their vocal coach and training them to be able to perform this particular piece of music. And then at the end of the day, he did not release it with this artist, but release it on me. And now they're trying to, and the funny thing is that the timelines are so crazy because of the, what do you call it? What is it when you have a certain amount of time, do you have to do something, and it's a limited situation? I'm sorry, I'm at the beach, y'all.
No, that's all right. That's good.
But you know what I'm saying. But anyway, there's a whole thing where that this person can still try to make accusations, and I'm just saying this was more than 10, 20, and 40 years ago. I don't know who this person is. I was never in the studio training them. I know who I trained and what I trained them for, and it wasn't her or this song, but they're coming at him for this. So he was calling me to let me know, just be aware if someone calls you, if you hear it in the atmosphere, somebody's trying to implicate me in a situation that never happened. It just never happened. That's the funniest thing. It just never happened. But anyway. Yeah. I'm just saying, as we were talking about hip hop, who comes through but one of the pioneers of what hip hop is.
Yeah, and the man himself. And let me ask you a question.
Statute of limitation.
That too.
Hey, that's what I was trying to think of. Hey, the statute of limitation has not run out, so this person thinks that they have some kind of
Let me ask you a question.
To come.
Your history ahead. With these guys. You went to City College, and everybody knows Russell and Curtis went to City College. Shout out to Reggie Wells. I don't know, Reggie, where are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. You all right? Did you meet in City College, or did you meet at Def Jam?
Okay, Russell was already out of City College, but he had left City College, but he was managing Curtis Blow, and on the campus one day, here comes Curtis Blow. Now, backstory, you know how do you know how they do movies and then you look around and they'll have something called a prequel? Mm-hmm. And I never knew what that was until they started, having a prequel. So Curtis and I have a prequel. He was, where his family lived was on 139th Street, if I can say it right, between Amsterdam and Convent. And my Nana, who was the woman who took care of me when my parents had to work, lived on 140th Street between Amsterdam and right there at Convent. So basically, we all were in the same crew. All the kids that lived on that block played with the kids on, where who was there also, Orange Juice Jones and stuff like that. But when you're the baby, and I was the baby, and it really wasn't my neighborhood, I just would come at certain times during the week or weekend. So, but I was in the fray. So that was how Curtis and I met. But we never put the two together. But when we spoke, we knew all the same people. But he just, he knew them because they lived in his right around the corner from him. I didn't live in that neighborhood. I just came in that neighborhood, But anyway, I meet Curtis on campus, and I'm giving him a flyer, and I want him to come somewhere. I want him to do blah, blah. He says, you know what? This is the thing with you. Every time I meet somebody, people want me to do something for them. They want something from me. And you're not coming to me for something. You already have. You just want me to come support and check out what you're doing. So that's what he did. And he began to come out and see me sing. And I began to tell Curtis that he had a whole contingency, a whole demographic of supporters that he didn't realize he had. Because now I'm hanging out at places like Sweetwater's and the Cellar and McKell's, and all of these were the grown and sexy clubs for live music, jazz, R&B, and beyond. World class artists, not just local, and these are the places that I was frequenting. And he didn't realize that the people that were frequenting these clubs were loving on him. He was the rap that they were accepting at that time. Do you know what I'm saying? He was their Fresh Prince of Bel-Air guy. He was that for them. And he didn't know it. So I began to take him to the Cellar, to McKell's, to Sweetwater's, and he got to, mingle with these people. And then he began to take me with him on his various journeys. He would be on TV shows and have to go here and do interviews and so on and so forth. And I was kind of coaching him and just showing him what was expected and how to do it and what have you. Because now he was thrust into this king of rap. And then he introduced me to Russell. He began to take me into the studio. Curtis, I introduced Curtis to Benny Ashburn, who was the discoverer and the manager for the Commodores. And they decided to take Curtis Blow on the road to open for the Commodores. And I made that happen. And then he became this crossover act. Then came Crush Groove, the movie. Curtis is at the center of that. And then it just was a snowball effect. I can't even, it's a movie, it's a docuseries, it's the whole thing. But at the end of the day, to see him, come into his own, he came in with Crush Groove with the movie, but he also had a band. So he was the first rap artist that had his own live band, the Orange Crush Band. And then we made this song called I Want Action. And the track is I want action. I'm a lady on the move. I need action.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and the track was from Sucker MCs or 2 years ago. Boom, stop, boom, stop, boom, boom, stop. I used it. They used it. Run DMCs used it, and also Michelet for Nicety.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's a whole lot of 6, 3, and 4 degrees of separation, and so that's how one of the ways that, like I said, Curtis had me come in and do that. I was coming in as a background vocal, and it was me, Curtis, Russell, Larry Smith, and they were like, "Let Alyson just go in," because whoever the girl was that was brought in, she wasn't making the track happen or wasn't catching or whatever. And there was like good cop, bad cop. I remember the studio so well on 54th Street. 55th Street, between, it was called Music Farm, I think it was, between 8th and Broadway. It was amazing because Russell was Larry Smith was trying to give the girl a chance, and Russell was like, "Why don't you just let her?" Anyway, Alyson ended up doing the track, I Want Action, and that was Curtis Blow's first with his live band and the whole bit, situation. And that's how I met Russell. And then it was just me and Curtis and Russell and Larry, and we'd make these records, and then we'd walk them down to the Diplomat Hotel where Reggie Wells would be spinning on the wheels of steel, and they'd put it on the test press, and if the people reacted, we knew it was a hit. It was really grassroots promotion at that time. And that's how we did it.
Yo, Alex, this is what we did. One day, and we're going to come back and try to catch him in September. We get you'll get it. Reach out to Curtis and Reggie, and we'll bring them on and let you interview them.
We can get it. We can get Russell too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We can tell a story.
If you can get Russell, you can get him. I can't get him. I can
Wait a minute. Let me tell you. What did I tell you? Quincy said you are who you can call, and I found that to be.
Well, everybody, that's it. When we come back in September, we're gonna hopefully September or October. We're gonna try to hook that up. Alyson and I, we're gonna try to hook that up. So you can get an exclusive interview with Reggie, Russell, and Curtis, and they could talk that 50 years of hip hop
and tell the history. You know what I'm saying? I think now I haven't had a chance to go back and really watch the BET Awards, but I was really excited to know that they had done a tribute to the 50-year anniversary of hip hop. But there were so many names as I was, kind of listening, because like I said, I didn't get a chance to go back and look at it and see it full on because I was busy whatever day it actually aired. But there's a lot of names that don't get recognized or don't get pulled into the fray, and it is what it is. But you got to keep pushing that door. Well,
Alyson, back in the days when we used to all hang out, and Dana had said, "Oh wow, That's where I met Allison at Sweetwaters. I wasn't even old enough to be in there laughing. I was with my father. Great childhood memories. And her father was Silk, but he went to City College. And Dana, what's Silk's government, if you don't mind, so I could just throw it out in the universe. So
a lot of people came out of City College.
Yeah, Harold Maynard, rest in peace, my man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of promotions, a lot of promoting and stuff like that. And City College was the school. Like even I teased Reggie. I was like, "Yo, you crazy?" He's like, "Yeah, I got a degree." I was like, "You do?" Oh, Weldon Richardson. Yeah. So that was Dana's.
A lot of people. Yeah. People from Living. Let's shout out Living Color, the band Living Color. All of those. Oh gosh, I hate when I have to. Muzzy Skillins. There was a lot of. I remember one of my professors bringing brought Dizzy Gillespie to school. It was like show and tell. It was like, who you bringing in? And it was just incredible. I want to call his name right now and I can't. I want to say Joe and then that's it. And I can't call it, but I will have it by the time we end this.
Yeah. But what's so funny? A lot of people, like I always tell people back then when we hung out in the industry and it was from Monday to Thursday. Otherwise than that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you didn't see anybody. Let me tell you something.
Well, the thing is that New Yorkers couldn't tell you what to do because Friday, Saturday, Sunday was Bridge and Tunnel.
Yeah.
And Weekend Warriors. But New Yorkers did Monday to Thursday, baby. And they stumbled to work the best way they could, but they made it every day.
Yeah.
And that's still true for New York. You know what I'm saying? Not only do we have, obviously, Broadway and things of that nature, but New York is a weeknight out type of place. That's how we do it. And I have people call me all the time. I'm in town, and what do we do? We want to know what someone's got. So what's the date? Friday. I can't tell you what to do because
And listen,
now, when we had places like Leviticus and Bentley's and places like we did have clubs at some time that were dance clubs, disco clubs, and all those places that we could go on the weekend, but they're not the places that you would have told your cousin to go. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No. Yeah.
You would have told them to go there because they would have had to just step up with a different kind of thing. You wouldn't tell your cousin you in town. Okay, go to the Fever. Nope. Don't. No. Come on, the Fever.
No. I mean, because
don't go to 371. Not because it wasn't a good place to go, but it wasn't for the people who don't go, who didn't know that. They didn't know that rhyme and that reason.
How about this? It wasn't for tourists.
It wasn't for tourists.
Yeah, how about that's the best way we can say it. It wasn't for tourists unless the tourist was with somebody that was well known.
That could help them on their tour. Right.
Yeah. And what's so funny?
Chaperone.
Like society it's changed so much because I mean that was the time like at 371 the Disco Fever that you would travel to the Bronx. Otherwise than that, everything was Midtown. You know what I'm saying? Or like say like Bentley's, Leviticus, Pegasus.
Right, exactly. But then you couldn't send them to the garage.
No.
Or the loft.
No.
You couldn't just do that. You could, go over there. Don't stay out of the fun house. Don't go. No, it's okay.
You remember? Stay out of the underground 1018 and Roxy.
I'm just saying because you just had to know how to roll if you were going to be in those places.
Yeah, because you
but there were places.
Yeah.
What was that big place on Broadway? Broadway, not uptown, but downtown.
Broadway International.
Broadway International, uptown. I'm talking about downtown in the theater district. It's a big giant.
Studio 54?
Nope. Just a few blocks down on Broadway, for real. Oh, what was it?
Wow.
So
wow. We have a nostalgic moment, everybody. We're taking you down.
Well, it's not even nostalgia. I'm going to tell you, I'm at the beach and I have vodka. I'm just letting you know what the real deal is. Can't remember
I'm in the house and I had vodka and I still don't remember. So how about that?
Well, now you're throwing yourself under the bus. This is what I need you to do. Where's my girl? Where's Malika?
Oh, well, she wasn't there. Hold on, I can get her though.
No, I'm just saying, where is she right now?
She's in the house somewhere. She's downstairs
Oh,
somewhere.
okay. I wanted her to Google the Martin Jazz Quartet
Oh, okay. Hold on.
because I can't let that moment with City College go by without speaking this man's name, and I can't remember it. So somebody's got to pull it up.
She's on the phone. When she get off the phone, if we're still on.
Okay.
What he said?
Oh my God! Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's the sunset from where I am.
Well, it's good to R&R, right? It's good to R&R.
Sometime I have to do it. Listen, because after tomorrow, I'm on the grind.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Well, what you got coming up? You know,
I have an event that I'm going to do in DC. It's a private event at the World Trade Center. I just realized that there are World Trade Centers across the country. I thought we had the only one. They knocked it down. They rebuilt it. I swear to God, I had no idea there were World Trade Centers all across the country. And they're doing an Pan-African, the African diaspora event in DC, and I've been called to be their entertainment for one of their dinner or luncheons. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for my details, but that will be this week. And then at the end of the month, I start rehearsals for a play called Lord, I'm Coming Home, which is going to be in DC. I have not received all the information. I don't know. I did it. Well, I did at one time know the auditorium that it will be presented at. It's going to be on August 12th, 13th, and 14th. And I can give you the information and let you, so you'll be able to put it up, Bill. And so I start rehearsals for that. You know, I'm glad to be doing a stage play. I haven't done one in a long time. And then, of course, with COVID, there was no stage play, concert, or anything else. So that's good. In the midst of that week, that run of rehearsal and showtime, I will be in Detroit at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater with Najee on August 9th. So that's one part of my schedule I do know. And then, and after I'll rehearse with the play, jump out of DC, go to Detroit, do the date with Najee, jump back to DC, and do the run of the play, and then I'll come home and I'll try to exhale. Yeah. And once I exhale, we keep it moving.
Yeah. That's a lot of things, especially when you're in DC. I'll definitely try to link you up with Dr. Corder so y'all can hook up and something. Say
absolutely. Like I said, I'm waiting on some information that I need from the people who have hired me as far as where I need to be, what time I need to be there, and blah 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 blah, and how people can chime in and support or buy a ticket or whatever. It hasn't come through yet on today's feed, so I'm waiting. But like I said, in the meantime, I wasn't letting my Real Talk Chronicles go. I don't care where I am. And the last time we were together, where was I? In the hot tub?
Yeah.
So now I'm at the beach.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. And you know, it's so funny to see you now from, and not to bring up old memories, but I know that's always something that you're going to think about from your transition walk almost. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm so happy.
No. I understand. It's not just the transition and some old, words that we spoke about, but it's my testimony.
Yeah.
To be able to.
I think that's the best way to put it. From your testimony, like you are smiling, you are happy. I've caught you in the hot tub and with the bubbly. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to start doing some big pun rhyme. I mean, we've celebrated your birthday, your first birthday after your testimony. So we have been with you. It's almost 2 years now, right? Almost. Right?
And I'm so thankful. Yeah, that was 2022 when I came out of that debacle, and we hit the ground running. And thank God for people like Najee and all the other people that supported me and said we want to let people know that you are still singing, you are well, and you haven't quit, and this thing didn't take you down. And and then you won an Emmy, and then you keep moving and upping the ante, and it's great. And it's so funny. I was trying to do some writing the other day, and I tell people all the time, I'm not like one of those people who say, you know what, I'm going to lock myself down this weekend, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write a song. It doesn't go like that for me. It comes in my head, and then I start just on a pad. You know what I mean? So it almost looks like one of those people that you would think when you think about people who do mind reading or and you always think that's fake, because then they start just scribbling and their eyes roll back in their head. But for me, when I'm writing and something comes out of my spirit and out of my heart, that's how it happens. It comes and I start writing, and before you know it, the God has put the words on the page. So I was trying to do some writing the other day, and I realized I was writing. I had my new 16 bars. Like I said, I was signed to Def Jam, but as a recording artist, I was signed as a vocalist. I wasn't a rapper, and everybody knew it. And but my brothers and sisters over there loved me, regardless. But I always paid attention, so I had to know how to flow, and I had to keep a few bars, anytime, because you just never, right. You can't. You running around with Public Enemy and LL, and you can't flow. You might be called to step to the platform. So I wrote this rap, and if anybody comes to see me live, they will start to hear me speak in this. Special shout out to Lady, excuse me, Lady D Wells. She's putting together. We're collaborating to put.
You talking about the DJ Lady D Wells?
Yeah, DJ Lady D Wells. We're putting together a track for me.
Shout out to Lady D Wells. I used to manage her. I was going to get her on the radio station, so that's my girl. I appreciate her so much. They just came back, I think, from doing a wedding. And shout out to Rodney. He just got married. Shout out to her manager, Zette, the whole crew. So I'm glad you mentioned Lady. That's my peoples. Yeah,
yes, that's my girl. And we did a gig together for the Deltas. And we did. I called. I said, listen, I want you to help me. I want to add something to my show, to my live show. That'll be a video portion as well as a track portion, just to let people know what my contribution to rap has been and to hip hop has been, because it's a part of my story. So I'm telling the story and blah blah. But I found that I have to add a rap entity to it, because you can't hang around all that rap and all that hip hop and not know how to flow.
Not at least try. Be like, wait a minute, hip.
Listen, so I'm laying down, and I'm things are coming to me, and I'm writing on this pad, and my head is back, and I came up with my own 16, my new 16, because I've always kept some bars, but things change as you go. You know what I'm saying? As you elevate and as you evolve in your world, your spit will evolve with you, because you're telling your story.
Shout out to Houdini, rest in peace, Exodus. But I shout out to Grandmaster D. I remember when they was doing Houdini was good for rap, because they was like the sophisticated rappers. And then Grandmaster D came out, he came out and started rhyming. That was the first time we ever heard the DJ rhyming on a song. You know what I'm saying? So
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Houdini, and I love them for this. It brings back memories that are in my head. And if I close my eyes, I can see it on the back of my eyelids. We would go to different conferences, and I don't know if the conferences are still as prevalent as they used to be, but there would be Jack the Rapper, and they would be BRE, Black Radio Exclusive, and all these different conferences, and we would go as artists to promote our music and to be seen and to have the executives see us and the new artists coming up and blah blah blah. And anytime somebody had a mic in their face, if I was walking by, they would snatch me in. And all of them were like that. Chuck D, all of them were like that. But nothing like Houdini. Let me tell you, they'd be like, here go our sister. This our sister. This Alyson Williams. She's coming out with a new record. She's got a new blah 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 and blah blah. And that would make the whoever was doing the interview, they'd have to get some information on me and then take pictures with me with the guys. And they would always do that. And that's what my life at Def Jam was like. It was like, I'm in the midst of these folks who are finding their light and their glory, and their, they are the heads of it, but they never forget to pull me in. And it was just the most amazing thing to have that happen. Just, to know that they loved on me. They loved on me. They loved on me, and they still do.
I'm going to put it in the universe. LL got Rock the Bells. He's the owner. Maybe he might have you coming in and
he's got to listen. He's a phone call in a couple of seconds away.
That's what's up.
Why wouldn't you? You have a whole network. You have a whole network that is dedicated to the music that has brought you to be who you are. You got to have me on, especially right now. Everybody who's trying to find Alyson Williams between now and December 31st, come on and get it, because I've got the truth.
There you go.
50-year anniversary. 50-year anniversary of hip hop. I'm just as much a part of it as anybody else. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I hope I tell it good. Sometimes people try to second guess me, but look how the many ways the Lord has blessed me. Even when I stumble, I do not fall. I take the good, the bad, and the ugly and stand straight and tall. My hustle is strong from the stage to the street. Alley Cat got 9 lives. I lands on my feet. Stunting shades at night because my future's so bright. I'm a walking, talking legend. My life is a light. If you step to me, you better play your position, because I'm a living legend. And I'm on a mission. I may not be young or pretty as some, but the two things I ain't is crazy and dumb. When I roll up, I upgrade the whole block. Ain't nobody in the room got what Alley Cat got.
Ah, shit.
Hold on, I'm not finished. Wait, I'm not finished. Arsenal, skill set, honed to precision. I'm one of a kind, a limited edition. I just got to get the flow right. But that's my vibes. It's good, right?
Let me go get my Kango right now. Where's my Kango right now?
Listen, I just put it together a couple of days ago, so I'm working on my flow, and the vodka don't help. So I'm just saying, but that's my new 16 bar.
But that's a beautiful thing. And with that being said, there's no more to say. Listen, we coming back. We're gonna see Alyson in September. Alyson will work on getting.
Wait a minute. What happened to August? What happened to August?
I was gonna give you a vacation. You don't want a vacation?
You kidding me? I don't need a vacation. Listen, dude, does it look like I need a vacation? I'm on vacation right now. I'm on vacation. I'm just saying, you don't have to give me a vacation.
So we'll come back in August. So Alyson gonna work on that.
We gotta figure out where we will be in August. That's what we need to figure out. I need a location.
Well,
all I need is a location.
Right now, knowing you, we don't know where you're gonna be. You're gonna be. You got the sparklers. Oh my goodness! Is that old
That's
school
called pyrotech. What? Yeah.
Yo, Allie, give him some positive affirmation so we can get out of here, so you can go enjoy that vodka.
Like I said, I never stopped. Love and life, peace and blessings, miracles and music, and above all, joy. Please continue to support Real Talk Chronicles with Bill Foster. And I love coming to you every third Monday. But check him out. He's always right there where you can find him. I want you to please keep yourself prayed up, eat right, drink a lot of water, and every once in a while have a little vodka. I love you, Bill.
Love you too, sis. I appreciate you. Everybody, that's Alyson Williams. This is Bill Foster. This is Real Talk with Alyson Williams. Check us out. Listen, she don't want to take a break. We're not going to take a break. We're going to go hard body. 50 years of hip hop. That is somebody that knows the story. We'll get the story. Like I said, till December 31st, we're going to push that envelope. Everybody, peace and love. You fostered the moment, man. Allie, love you, sis. Talk to you later.
Love you.